Okay, so where Sophia is going to graph the equation y equals 2x. So because there's no y-intercept, her y-intercept is 0, 0. And then she counted up to 1, 2, and over 1. So that is the line that's represented by this equation right here. Now her teacher asks her to graph the line y equals 2x, which is the same, but -1. How will that change the graph? That -1 is a y-intercept. So I'm going to change the color of my highlighter if I can figure out how to do that. All right. And I'm going to graph this line. Now remember over here, y equals mx plus b. M is your slope. B is your y-intercept. So you always want to start with your y-intercept, okay? So the first thing I'm going to start with is -1. So because I did a bad job with the last one, these are going to look like they touch, but they really don't. So that blue dot is on -1, and now I'm going to count the slope. Up 1, 2, over 1. Okay? And if I had a line, I could show you that that is going to be a little bit further down than the first line. The reason is because your y-intercept is negative. So the line will shift down 1 unit. All right, let's talk about these other choices just so you know when they're trying to trick you. The line will translate left 1 unit. Okay, don't worry about that. That will never happen. Right or left is not going to happen in 8th grade. All right. It says the line will cross the x-axis at -1. Nope. When we are talking about equations like this, linear equations, we are talking about y-intercept, not x. You'll do that later in Algebra 1. Then it says the line will become steeper. That's not it either, because for a line to become steeper, your slope has to change. And the slope is not changing. It stayed at at +2. So your answer is the line will shift down 1 unit. So if your y-intercept is negative, it's going down. If your y-intercept is positive, it would be going up. Now we're going to look at this, and it says, what is the slope and the y-intercept of the function? Again, if you look over here, y equals mx plus b. So let's find our y-intercept first. That's where the line crosses this y-axis. There's a little mistake here, so I'm going to cross that out. And this is a y-axis going up and down, okay? So the y-axis where it crosses is at +5. So your y-intercept is 5, all right? Then we need to follow the line and see where the next integral coordinate is. Where is the next corner that the line passes through? It's right there. So now let's count the slope. If we go up and over, we'll never follow that line. So that's not going to work, which means we're going to go down and right. So it's going to be negative. So let's count. -1, -2. I'm going to go ahead and write it down. Over, oops, let me count again. -1, -2, over 1, 2, 3. So your slope is -2 over 3, and your y-intercept is 5. And you always want to look. Yes, that line is negative, so you know it's a negative slope.